These are the true life stories.
I'm Annie Gishuru, and welcome to True Life Stories, where we share stories of people from all walks of life who are making a difference in our community. People who have overcome great challenges to get to where they are. Today, we meet the first Black African female AFL coach. She coaches the Edmund Rice football team and does work for the AFL and the WA Football Commission. Bella Ndayikeze's journey to success hasn't been easy, from fleeing her war-torn country of birth to finally settling in Australia. Bella is breaking the gender barriers in her football career and does so with an amazing spirit. True Life Stories met with Bella, and this is her story.
These are the true life stories.
When my mum and I fled Burundi, I was 1 year old, and we were heading to Tanzania refugee camp, and it was during the time of war. There was obviously a lot of other people who went with us. It took a long time, more than a week. From my perspective, I think it was very difficult because my dad wasn't there, he went somewhere else, so it was just her and myself. She left her family behind, her sisters. Some people in her family died, so it was quite traumatic as well as emotional, but she made the decision because of me. She wanted me to live. She didn't want me to die along with the other children. And because I was her first child, she basically had no choice as a mother. And she's told me these things, and I feel very proud to be her daughter. My earliest childhood memory would be when I went to the jungle. Well, it's not even a jungle, but it's like a bush area, and there was a stream, and there was a hippo. I went there with my friends, 3 of my friends, and I watched one of them get killed by the hippo. It was very different from here in Australia. You have more freedom. As a child, you don't have access to a lot of things, but you're connected to nature. Eventually we made it to Australia, and I was 7 or 6, I don't remember the age, but we went through a lot of refugee camps coming to Australia. When my mum and dad broke up, I was 12, turning 13, so just literally becoming a teenager. And there was big problems in the family, affairs, lies, and things that happened historically that came to light. And my mum learnt of it, and it just became a very strained relationship between the two, and so they decided to break up, and there was a lot of negativity in between. The fact that I was the oldest and I was the only one who knew what the issue was, and in knowing that, that caused me to have deep depression. And on top of that, I was going through puberty and I didn't understand what was going on, and I was getting bullied and bullying other kids at school. So it was quite a lot, and me witnessing the domestic violence that was happening between the two, and then getting involved was quite very mushed up, and that I did think about killing myself at one stage because it was too much for me. I get really upset because it's things you can't control, It's not like you can make it, you can do anything besides be yourself and just do what you can. I got involved with Edmund Rice Centre through Parkerville, which is a community organisation that looks after at-risk youth It could be kids from different backgrounds, mainstream kids or Indigenous kids. I still hadn't turned 13, and then so we moved into a Salvation Army house, and so I was too old for the Parkerville programs, and so a woman named Simone actually supported me, helped me with my homework. I wanted to drop out of school so bad because I was going through depression still. And so one day I got taken to a sport program, which is the Edmund Rice Local Parks program. That opened doors to all sorts of activities. Edmund Rice has played a massive part in my personal development as well as professional development, so I would certainly say that they've had a massive contribution to my success. I have been coaching AFL for 6 years. I started coaching when I was 14. I was named the first Black African AFL coach, and that was in 2011. Joe, who works at Edmund Rice Centre, also my mentor, he had a lot to play with my development and me growing up.
We first met Bella when she came on to our multicultural sports program, which was, we used to pick the kids up in a bus and take them to play different sports each month as a way to get them to try new things and to integrate them into society and give them options to join local clubs and so on. So Bella first came onto that program in, I think, early 2010. She was one of the oldest kids on the bus at that stage. She was 14. And I remember her being quite a happy kid, always wanting to try new things, always wanting to be there. She quickly joined our leadership program, and she really went from there. I think that in her early years, one of the things that characterised Bella was her tenacity. She was a real tenacious person. You know, she put up with a lot. Like, she was asked to do a lot. She was asked to coach a young group of boys who were her age and older, and she did that, and she copped a lot doing that, but she persevered, and I think the successes that she enjoys now come from that early perseverance and that wanting to take the opportunity. I mean, I remember inviting her to do some coaching training over the summer of 2010. She hadn't even been in the program a year, but she came, you know, and she learned and she did, and that was really amazing. I think the things that I'm most proud of is the fact that she sacrificed so much early on to do the things that she's done, and she's put her life on a direction at such an early age where you can see the benefits in the future. You know, you can see what she'll be in 10 years, you can see what she'll be in 15 years.
Things that motivate me to keep doing what I'm doing is the children. Just hearing the good stories. Some of them have been drafted to AFL, have gone up to the elite from such a small program to go up there. It just makes my you know, the work I do worth it. And to see people smile and say hi to me, it's like, oh wow, I'm not doing this for the, you know, for the rewards and whatever. I don't really want any recognition. I'm just happy that I made someone else happy because someone made me happy to do exactly the same thing and to have the same outcomes. My message of hope to anyone that's watching is to never give up. You have to look deep within yourself. Yes, you might be broken, but I'm pretty sure there is something that you hold on to. Even if it's nothing, even if you don't care, even if you numb yourself or you zone out like me sometimes, you're just a human being, but you're a special person. And no matter what happens, the world will still go on. So you have to think of yourself as someone who makes this world go on. My name is Ndayikeze, and this is True Life Stories.
For more inspirational stories, go to truelifestories.com.au. I'm Annie Gishuru. Thanks for your company.